Alright, what's up? We're back. This is part 2 of the Ultra Micro Batwing build. This is my version. I left off on part 1. We were installing the EDF unit with the thrust tube, which was just a little foam cup wrapped around a 30mm EDF shroud. Alright, I'm going to go right into installing the top of the fuselage. Now normally when I'm doing a build, I would take and install my Velcro for my battery in front here, and then for the micro receiver I would just put 2 little hot glue spots and then put your little 6-channel receiver right on. The hot glue won't mess with the bottom of the receiver. And the same thing for your micro servos. I just use a little bit of hot glue to stick them on. Always works good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and install the top of our canopy here, and I'm not going to use very much hot glue. You just want to use the bare minimum. Like I said, normally I would install all my electronics first. So I just line up the front ears and work your way to the back. That looks pretty good. So you get it down on there nice and tight. And again, what comes on the plans are just the canopy fins. But if you want, you can always get the little canopy, little SIG canopy to put on there. It makes it look a lot more cooler with the real canopy. And here's that canopy right here. It's called the SIG 4-inch bubble canopy. Alright, let's move along to installing these tail fins. Now when I straight cut these out, I also straight cut the notch here where these slide on the back of the Batwing. But you know, I want that tail fin to be at a little angle, so I'm going to take and trim out some of this at an angle. I'll just use my X-Acto knife. And all you gotta do is cut at a 45-degree angle. Trim off some of that. And the same thing for this. I want these to slide on and have a little angle on them. You just line it up with the insides of the circle on the wing here. So as you can see, we've got a little angle there. So I'll take and do the same thing to the other one. Gotta figure out which way to do it. Right there. So again, I'll just trim off a little 45-degree notch here. Same thing on the inside. So there we have it. Alright, now I'll just use a foam safe glue to put these on. And you can build this whole bat wing with foam safe glue if you want. I don't mind using a little hot glue. It's not going to add that much weight, just as long as you put it on sparingly. Got a little glue on these. Again, you just line that up with the inside radius here, right at the back. So we got that one. Pull off this other one, do the same thing. Make sure you got them nice and straight. Give that a second to set up. Make sure you got them both standing at the same angle. Try to get that dry up real fast. Alright, now I'm going to show you on the bottom where I place my carbon fiber rod. There's some little pieces I cut up. I like to install these on the bottom of the jet, right up to the top of the wings. That way these don't crack off during landing or nothing. Let's go ahead and add a little foam safe glue on them. I like to move them right up to the front of the wing here, as close as you can get it. Without it showing through the top. Looks good. I'll do the same thing for the other one. Setting on here. This is just 1/16 carbon fiber rod. I'll put these center pieces on here. Just go ahead and crack it a little. I want it right there. Again, this is going to strengthen up this whole front end. Sometimes it'd be a little tedious getting the stuff on there, just take your time with it. Put some tape on there. It's right where I want it. Always do all your clear taping before you paint. As you can see, you got some carbon fiber rod now running up to the tips of the wings. Stick a couple of little pieces of tape on there so it dries. And I even got a piece for the back. You just want to move it up to your where you need it here. Which I like that right there. Into place. And tape some over this. You can always go back and cut off any excess tape that's overhanging. There, I got my carbon fiber rod on. Trim back some of this tape. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this up too to show you how I apply my paint. So I don't want no tape overhanging. Then from the top, it looks really good, nice and clean. And then once you paint all this, you're not going to see any of the carbon fiber rod really. Alright, now for the servo covers. You know what, I go ahead and trim off on the skinnier end. Go ahead and trim off a little bit more at like a 60-degree angle instead of the 45. Now again, I would apply my servos first before I put these on normally. Since I'm just doing a quick build video, I'm just going to stick them on there. But these cover over the servos. And line it up at the top. One. Same thing with this side, just trim off a little bit more. You want to trim off this little end so it lays flatter on the wing. Line it up with the other side. Looks good, you guys. Alright, now I'll go ahead and install some just Scotch tape all the way down from the back of this elevon all the way as close as I can to the front of the wing. I get as close as I can to the front. Make sure you guys don't deform your wing at all when you're applying this. Just press it softly on there. So now it holds our elevon on real nice. Trim off some of this excess tape. That'll also add some strength to the top of our wing. Do the same thing on this side. I'll apply it gently. I don't want to force it on there. It'll warp the wing. It won't keep the airfoil. There we go. So we still kept our airfoil. We didn't press it on too hard. Trim off some of this excess tape. Alright, there it is, you guys. Now for your intakes on the side, you can see on the plans your air intake. You can cut those out before you install these servo covers. So you would have just laid this up on the side there and then cut out where it says air intake before you install the servo covers. I'm not doing it now because I'm just doing a build video here. So alright, once you're done with all that, I also took and cut out for the EDF that we installed. You gotta cut a little half moon out of the bottom here just so your fan clears it. My little fan here. And then before you paint, always pull off your fan. You don't want to get no paint on that, it'll throw it off balance. I just go give everything a once over. Oh yeah, you can also take carbon fiber rod and install it up to the front of the ears if you want. It'll make it strong so when you come in for a landing, it don't crack them off. Which mine's never cracked off. I mean, you'd have to really come in fast and nose heavy to do any damage up there. I usually come down with a nice little glide, float her in, and then poof, set it right down. Alright, let's take her out here, try to get some paint on this real quick. I just got testers, flat black. And it don't take much of this, you guys. I just do a super light coat, all the key spots. This stuff dries really cool looking. Gives the Batwing a cool look. Like I said, just a light coat for your first coat. Now you're going to do the bottom. I'll just do the top for the video here. And I already went ahead and hot glued my control horns on there. Make sure you get up inside the ears here. I'll paint the bottom later on. Just wanted to show you guys how I put a quick coat of paint on them. So there you can see it looks pretty cool already. This is one fun little Batwing to fly. You guys will enjoy it. There's a 70mm version I'll be doing soon. And then this is my next upcoming project. It's a little 30mm MiG-29. Some thrust vector and fins. I'll be doing those plans up next. Alright guys, so you can see the paint's drying. Turned out sweet. Now I'll go ahead later on and install my electronics. Alright, I'll get back to you with some more builds. Most likely be the MiG-29 next. Over and out.